Welcome to the Commish Report. My name is Kevin Jeffrey, your moderator, and I'm joined again by Commissioner Delaney of District 1 County Commissioner. And Katie, kind of disturbed as we see some of the reports coming out that the county manager process is being circumvented. How much was the report that we the county spent to try to do a search?
I believe it's somewhere around $36,000.
$36,000.
Right.
So they did a search.
Mm-hmm.
They did get candidates.
Mm-hmm.
Those candidates have you interviewed those candidates?
We have not yet. So the application process where people can apply for the job is still open until the 15th. But currently, as of Friday last week, we had 57 candidates.
So we have 57 candidates, yet when I look at the agenda for Tuesday's meeting, it specifically said for the appointment of the new county manager.
Mm-hmm.
Was that a typo?
No. So unfortunately, Commissioner Goodson is putting forward an agenda item to appoint our current interim county manager. And I am opposed to this because it truly has nothing to do with the job that's been done by our current interim. My frustration is that we came together as a board, decided on a process, promised the people that we were going to do a national search so that we could have the broadest pool of candidates and do our due diligence. And hopefully this process would restore some public trust, even if we did have an internal candidate that put their name in.
If it was legitimately processed.
Exactly. Right. I mean, go through the process. Make sure that this person is the best person for the job, because we have some serious issues here in Brevard County that we need some strong leadership. And I'm not saying that our current guy isn't doing a great job. I'm saying let's make sure that we have the best candidate possible to put in charge of our county.
So several weeks ago, as you know, in Titusville, a similar thing happened where we had all of the candidates. There was a national search. Lo and behold, miraculously, all of the candidates withdrew and left only one.
Right.
And this just doesn't pass the smell test.
Right. It's horrible. And frankly, I feel it doesn't feel right. It feels like we lied to the public if we go through with this. I will not be able to support this. I've already talked with our interim county manager, and I said to him, look, this isn't personal, but we promised the public that we were going to go through this process. And it's just not right. Mm-hmm. It is not right. And we spent this money already. So it would be a huge waste of money to not go through the process.
Why Goodson? Why would Goodson do this?
Well, I could take off my commissioner hat for a second and put on my political hat, and I would say he's not running for re-election. So there's nothing, any of the negatives don't really affect him. There's nothing for him to lose.
So he's the fall guy.
Maybe.
Possibly. You know, it's interesting. He got into politics back some years ago when he ran for state representative, and man, he had some good ideas, but it seems like he's been in way too long and he's past his time. It's just some of the ideas and things he's come up with are just kooky, and this is probably going to be the creme de la creme of it.
You know, I truly believe in trying to keep personal feelings out of our job as board members. I truly feel like regardless of who puts an agenda item forward, we should look at it on its own and just say, is this a good idea or is this not a good idea? Mm-hmm. And so it should not be about personalities. It should be about what's right for our county.
Do you think that the other board members will go for this?
We'll see. I tried to get some discussion going at our last zoning meeting because the agenda came out for the commissioners on Wednesday or Thursday last week. And then we had our zoning meeting. And that was an opportunity that we had in the sunshine for me to bring this up. Even though it wasn't on the agenda, we have board reports. And so during my board report, I brought it up because frankly, I was blindsided. Our interim county manager said multiple times to me that he was not interested in the permanent position, that he's perfectly happy where he's at and he didn't want to do this and so on and so forth. And so I feel completely blindsided, and I wanted to get the why behind this from the other commissioners and try to hear what their thoughts were about this so that I could come more prepared on Tuesday to try to get to a better place with this. Shocker, silence, crickets from the others.
That's not good.
And so
that's not good, Katie.
Right. And honestly, if people who are watching this, if you are a citizen and you feel like this process should be followed through and that this isn't right, I encourage you to come out on Tuesday at 5:00 at the County Commission building. We have our next County Commission meeting. Call all 5 commissioners, email all 5 commissioners if you can't make it to the meeting. Let us know how you feel about this, because your words, how you feel about this is extremely important, and it's why we're here.
So tell people, for those who don't know, what the county manager does and how important of a position this is.
Sure. So he basically is over all of the operations within the county. So the county commission, we set the direction, the policy, and then he or she, the county manager, is the person that basically does
implements
that.
It.
Yeah, implements it. So
they're basically, would you say that they're the CEO of the county?
Absolutely.
So really all of the power is in
the county manager.
County manager and the staff that he employs.
Right. Exactly. And so this is probably the most important thing we are going to do as a board together, the 5 of us, is who we choose for our next county manager. And this is too big of a deal to not go through the process.
So Tuesday at 5:00. Actually, as you look at the agenda, and you can pull the agenda item up. What struck me was that it said not discussion about the county manager, but the appointment. So that tells me, unless that's a typo, someone's already rubber stamped this.
Right.
And this is a done deal, and they're going to try to push it through.
Right. Unless the citizens have something to say about it.
And so you have an ability to stop it. If you're there and you go and you tell the county commissioners what you think about this, if they rubber stamp this, as they did, I believe, in Titusville, it's not going to go well for this county. And so you have the opportunity right now to say something about it. You can't complain if you don't get involved. And here's an opportunity to get involved. This coming Tuesday in Viera at the County Commission office at 5:00. Now, we also, the budget, what's going on with the budget?
So we passed our tentative millage, and so that is the amount that's going to go out on all the trim notices. And so this millage is not set in stone. This is you cannot go higher than this amount. So what I would really love to see is people's involvement, that we could get people's opinions on maybe we should lower this and keep this, and so on and so forth, because we want to hear from you what's important. What things do you want to see funded more than others? Because we have to make some hard choices. We can't afford to do everything. So I really hope that people get involved and give their input on what they'd like to see their tax money go to.
So explain the difference. So we get the trim notices,
right?
And when you say millage, explain to people who may not understand how does that work and what does it mean?
So basically, it's your tax rate, and so it's that's how much you'll be taxed, and so can't go higher than that number.
So that
rate we can lower it, right? We can lower it if we get to August, if we get to September and we hear, all this public input on, hey, we don't want our parks millages to go up that high. We'd rather, go to a different rate. We can change those as long as they're lowered. So there's still opportunity to do that. So I encourage everyone to really pay attention and, give us your input, because I'm definitely open to it.
So, and just want to highlight, and we want to try to keep you abreast of what's going on in the county. And so some of the different functions in county government, if you go to the website, there's a lot of different offices and departments. We want to focus this week on Public Works, and you had talked about them before, and that Public Works gave a sterling rundown of their budget and everything. And so just tell people, what is Public Works and what does it do?
Sure. Public Works is basically our department that does everything from stormwater to roads to our facilities. Um, they wear so many hats. You have a pothole, there's a drainage, something that's not right. Um, Basically, the maintenance of the county is what Public Works does. And so they actually, other than public safety, they are the largest slice of our budget. And honestly, I even kind of put them under public safety also, because when we have hurricanes, when we have major natural events that happen, our public works people, our road and bridge people, they're out there, clearing
right
the
there
way
with
for
the,
fire trucks. They're
yeah.
out there checking the roads and things like that and reporting back for our emergency services and whatnot. So, I mean, this is a critical department, really hardworking people.
Okay, so that's Public Works, and we'll try to bring you a different department each month so just you would understand what Brevard County government is, what entails Brevard County government, and how it affects you as a citizen. Katie, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week on the Commish Report.